reason he couldn't make it, but now I think we should be able to have him today. But we'll see how that goes. I hope you guys enjoyed Tai Taiwo when he was on. So give me a second. Oh, okay. I was just trying to go get. But yeah. Let's just give me one quick second here while I check this stuff, and hopefully Daniel will join us in a bit. Oh, okay. Sorry. There you go. So yeah, we had Saptami says you have to bring Taye Taiwo back. Okay, I'm gonna ask him. Yeah, that was fun. Taye was great to be with, and yeah, I think he did a lot of justice to the life. So I'll ask him if it's we can do it again. Oops, sorry, I gotta adjust my stand for a little bit. Oops, I hope that works. Yep, I think that's better if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so Sam told me, you said lots of questions left on the table. True. Yeah, okay. Like I said, we'll see, because I think I'm not sure who enjoyed the session more, whether it was you or whether it was me. But what I know is it was proper. How would I say it? I enjoyed it totally. Just give me 1 second. So anybody wants to guess who's coming on now? Sorry, I'm just doing a little bit of something, and we'll be getting, yeah. Sorry about that. I was just trying to fix something on the computer. So it's done. Yeah, I can see all of you. Hello, Momo, Aminu, Sandy Peace, Chidi. Wow. Okay. Moana Henche. How do you pronounce that? Is that a one name or many names? Anyways, we're here now, waiting for our guest to join us, and as soon as he does, we'll get this show on the road. In the meantime, let me see. Somebody was waving. Rashid Adegboye. Yep, I saw that. Let me see. Okay, so so our guest says his son is making noise, so he's shifting position, but he'll be joining us in a bit, so we should be fine. Where are we? Moan Ahen G. That's how it's pronounced. Oh wow. Okay, maybe you probably need to, because that's okay. Moan Ahen G. That Ahen looks like a hen. Apologies, bro. No vex. But yeah, I couldn't resist that. So who wants to guess who we've got here this morning? Let me see. Let me see if you guys. It's a TV name. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling it was that. I think I was looking at either Benue or Plateau. So, although, but I didn't quite guess. Sorry, a bit of a cough. Don't worry, it's not coronavirus. I've been indoors since. So, Momo Aminu. Oh, sorry. I don't mind me. It's actually afternoon, but the weather is a bit. How would I say it? The weather is sort of cool and dreary. It rained this morning, so it's just about 1 p.m. So yeah, there was a bit of rain. Okay. So nobody could guess correctly, but I guess Chidi, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh. If you laugh, I'll call police. Momo Aminu says, where are you? I'm in Virginia. Okay, we just been joined by Super Eagles goalkeeper Daniel Akpeyi. So, welcome. Network is Dale, how you do? Hmm? Why they push your son now? Hmm? Okay, this network is.
Oh, bro, so they fine or
South Africa, bro.
South Africa, they the locals for his house, so we just try to do our things for his house, though.
I see you now. That day, I do fence ball. You and your teammate.
And so since some of us did for the same complex, more just go enjoy, more they enjoy ourselves now.
So who win the game?
You're not gonna believe if I tell you me win the game, man.
Are you serious? Yeah, we will change your position now. No more goalkeeper and striker will play now.
I'm not ready for this age. We can manage my position. How things are, boss?
We did, man. Just as we did inside house now, so we serve the inside house now. We just
wow.
The chill, what you do?
How's the weather there? Now, is there for summer?
Not really. Spring, but brother, the weather they do like how I go put on the weather they do like today you go show good face, tomorrow bad face, the next day different face.
I get 4 seasons like us in a day. That's
exactly. Anyways, no. If I make I start with your Soweto Derby game.
Okay. I don't tell you now.
What did you job that day?
I don't tell you.
I never think like that.
Nothing really much though. It's just that it don't tell me I won't win that derby, so I'm ready to do anything to win that derby. But you know, but that's not the second time. No, sorry, the third time I win the derby in a row, because the very first time when I joined the club, now you know, said my first game at the derby.
Yeah, that's they just bring you in.
Yeah, it's Kunde, and you know, so that time over how many derbies they don't play, over 5 derbies or thereabouts. Harry, they always win the game. So we just come with that determination of let's make something happen this time. So fortunately for me, that period we draw that game. But then I wasn't still happy with it because I really want to have the points completely. So now just that mindset, and you know, things don't become challenging during the period of the season and all that. So and now another derby come again. On the other hand, just to prove a point, say no, we won't win the derby anyhow. And Daniel Akpeyi, not be Daniel Akpeyi win this is the thing, you know.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this Desmond Spark says, "I'm so proud of you, Dan."
Oh yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
But you know, before the game, some people will say, "No, since you two don't come back, let them play that sort of thing." But the coach say, "No way, still try to play you." I mean, just tell me how. The build up to the game, you know.
Well, you know, the truth of the matter is, it's an allegiance for the club. And as South African #1, and the club #1 for over 16 years before I come to the team. You know, and one of the reason why they signed me is because when they look into the goalkeeper market for the Absa League, they feel so, okay, look, I'll be one of the person who get experience when go feel, you know, step into shoes at this point in time when we see the need somebody. You see, so for quite some time, ever since I joined the team, it's been kind of draggy because we both of us.
Just hold on a second. Okay, just hold on a second. Sorry, my brother. I better go ahead.
Okay. As I was saying, probably before now, it's an allegiance for the team. It's my number one for the team for, like I said, over 16 years ago since he joined the team. So there's this debate, debate over who go play, who not go play, it don't come back and all of that, So, and I respect it too because one, he has paid his price, his dues for the team, and that kind of thing. So if he has a whole lot of supporters trying to back him to play, he deserves it. He deserves it 100%. He deserves it. But again, I'm not a drag position with anybody, that kind of a thing. But it's just that the fans on their own, they don't really understand the dynamics of football. So they believe since it don't come back from injury, whether they play or not, the coach should just throw them inside the field, anyhow, that kind of thing. But the coach and this kind of person when be say, Jason, I'll see you later. Sorry, I'm coming. Okay, stick to your mom. Babe, please hold this man.
The boy wants his daddy.
As he said. So the coach and this kind of person be say he stick to his instincts. He doesn't allow. He's not that kind of coach that gets swayed by anybody's decision, that kind of a thing. So he just stood his ground because within us, because since it come back, it's done to play 1 or 2 games like the cup game, to get back game fitness and all of that. But the coach make we understand. So, okay, you know what? In go play cup game, you go continue with the league for the now. So that was exactly what happened. The atmosphere wasn't too conducive, but mentally, I just decided to be strong. And when the coach gave me the nod that, look, you're gonna be playing this game, no matter what, because I understand some other legend of the team. Okay, come, sorry. I understand some other legends of the team actually wants him to play. But the coach actually stood his ground by saying, you know what, Daniel, you're going to play. So I make up my mind to say, okay, well, it's fine. However, let's just go into the game and play. And hopefully, the most important thing now, we want 3 points for us to remain for top of the log. This is a team game. So fortunately, the game turned out the way it be.
Awesome game. And after the game, the first person to run to meet you.
The truth of matter, what's in the fans don't understand, say, although we inside in our department, they're like brothers. We like family for our department. That's just one good thing about us. So it has been a healthy competition within our department. Nobody, they jealous one person or whatsoever it is. Not just the coach up like an open book for everybody in that department, to pick a chance if you want. So but other people outside don't understand. But you can always get that kind of atmosphere where the fans will divide against each other because of their love. And here in South Africa, they love their people. Whether good or bad, they love their people. So they don't care whatsoever. So you have to work extra hard for you to be able to gain, if you won't even gain 30% of their interest, So that's just, but I just put all those, behind me and like, no, I just have to, prove it. I just have to make sure that I don't disappoint the coach for believing in me and all that.
Yeah, and you did. Talking about this support, I mean, you get so much support from South Africa. So, but what about, Nigeria? People, how do you deal with all this, what people say, when you are in goal for Nigeria? Because we know you're a very good keeper. Things happen sometimes, but, people just get on your back. How do you deal with it?
Well, the truth of the matter is, I've always had, I thank God I grew up with a mentor, who actually taught me how to be mentally, strong, and who actually, taught me on things I'm going to face in my career, as I'm growing up, since I've chosen this part of it, and things that will actually make me stand, when these challenge will come. I understand the environment where we are, the environment over there in Nigeria, people tend to support you based on their own different reasons. I think that's one thing I come to know. But I just said to myself, with all that I've learned mentally, from my mentor, I don't know, I can't give up on myself. It all depends on me to fail, or depends on me, to actually prove a point. And I'm not going to prove a point to anybody. I'm just going to prove a point to myself that whatever that I have been trained with, actually works. So, first of all, mentally, what helped me in mental strength. That's the first thing that helped me. So I tend not to listen. I really don't read news. I don't listen to news most times. I don't read what's going on the internet. When it comes to especially soccer from this aspect of the world, Africa or something, because the place I've played, South Africa, Nigeria, it looks like they have similar mentality of how they do things. So most news that comes from there, I'm not really interested. The thing is, some of my friends, close friends, then go tell me, so, but you don't see what's in the happen for news, but you don't see this one. And sometimes they're not even bother to even tell me at all, because they know I'm not getting interest. I don't want to even hear anything at all. So these are some of the things that actually gives me the strength to go on. So it is what it is. Like I said before, everybody has their different interests of why they say what they say, why they do what they do.
True. And then, I mean, just to talk about that, I was talking to Vincent, was it 2 days ago, and he said he has followed you, and he's proud of you and what you are doing. So, and then he talked about dealing with, just like what you said now, dealing with adversity. Somebody said, what's the name of that, your mentor? He did a great job. Anyway, you can answer that when you yeah. So yeah, and we talked about things that happen in the game, like we talked about that when Shani Keita got the red card in South Africa World Cup, and when Yakubu missed that goal, and then the goal against Tunisia, against Nigeria at AFCON 2019. And Vincent said, look, football is a team game. Everything, you can't blame one person and anything. So what I really wanted to ask you is that, talk me through that Mahrez free kick, from the point of where we gave away the free kick to when he took the free kick and when the goal went in. Just what was going through your mind and what happened there?
Okay, first of all, before I say that, let me first of all say this. Vincent, Koshike Shurumo, and these are people that are actually highly regarded, because they've been through the game, they've been through these times in the game, and they understand. And in a couple of times, they've actually spoken with me, and shared their experiences with me, and these are some of the things that actually give me courage, to actually face whatever challenges was coming at that period in time, because they share their own experience with me of what they go through. And I must really thank them. I must use this medium to really thank them so much for having my back and, supporting me, because they also make me understand. And when you watch in part of Europe, I begin to look something at them. The Algerian goalkeeper, Rav, or what's his name, I watched him, we play right from the World Cup qualifiers, when they didn't qualify and all that. I watched him play and all of that. Sometimes I like, if not Nigeria, this boy did it, but don't turn down to death since, But imagine him not that it was 100% fantastic or something, but they had his back throughout from all the period, no sentiment about things and stuff, because goalkeeping department is a very sensitive department, so look at him becoming goalkeeper of the tournament in the Nations Cup and all that stuff. So, these are some of where we gather our courage from. When we understand where we are coming from and we understand where we are going to. So in the case of the game against Algeria, yes, a lot of people, especially those people who doesn't really watch. Maybe they just heard or something and claim they know what they know. You know, I must say that, okay, maybe I would say I wasn't really on the right position where I was supposed to be. Not because I wasn't in the right position, but because maybe I should have shifted a little bit. Because from with other coaches that I've worked with who was highly experienced, told me that no matter what, if he scores you on the other side, because the position of the set play is very close. So obviously it would be like if he had, it might have gotten 20% chance for him to actually hit the ball on the other side of the post. So where you always think of is where I'm standing. So if I'd known that earlier on, it's just for me to shift a little bit, but not taking anything away from Mahrez. He has scored such free kicks before in his club and all that against other goalkeepers in the world. But again, we won't say that we won't learn from our mistakes and stuff like that, or learn from others' mistakes, even though the person is perfect in what he does. You know. So, but at the back of my head, I was like, oh, okay, Nigerians will come at me again. But you know what, Daniel, you just have to stand your ground. This is you. It has happened to the best in the world. It's going to happen again. You're not going to be the last or whatsoever. It's going to happen over and over again. So, but if you put this in your head, it's going to drain you. At the end of the day, the people that try to get you out or put you down, they will rejoice over this. Be a professional. Take it. Learn from the very best and go on. So this was just, you know, those things that I look up to. So when I get those backlash and stuff like that, it's just, sometimes as human you feel it, but I just laugh at it. But when I look at the world and see the best, you know, concede some goal. Because imagine after Mahrez coming such goal, going club side, he score another goalkeeper a week later after that. So, but because I be black, I be from Nigeria, I be this, and this notion don't do their sense before say Akpeyi na this, Akpeyi na that. So it was very easy for the bell to ring quickly when it comes to Akpeyi.
Yeah, and interestingly, during the World Cup qualifiers, we played the same Algeria, and that game, you know, so that was you had an amazing. I remember that was the first home game for the World Cup qualifiers, you know, and you know, and I've said it many times that players, when a player has a bad game, I didn't know international player now, so I understand. When a player has a bad game, trust me, you as a player, you're your own biggest critic, you know, and they know. So when other people outside start to add again on top the matter, it just makes things worse. So I see them, and I remember all those games, you know. Even forget the one of the game. Look at the other games throughout the Nations Cup. If you forget that one, how many good games?
That's Nigeria for you.
We always remember, you know. Well, and in fairness, to be honest, I'm not even sure because, like we said, that goal, there were different things leading up to that situation. You know, for instance, that free kick, we shouldn't have given away the free kick. The wall, maybe. Talking about that wall, Seth. When you tell Henry to lie down there, he said to lie down there.
Oh, you know what the funny part is? I don't know which of the league game. It's a European league anyway. I'm sure you must have seen it. It's a European league game that a player actually, there was a scenario like that a player actually, you know, went behind the wall to lie down. And I think it's not even one situation. There must have been two situations in Europe. I think Barcelona played against one team that Messi was to take free kick in the same spot. And the player lied down there. So I think the idea just came within we, the players. So, okay, you know what? This free kick, they're very close.
Yeah.
You know what? When the players jump, somebody needs to lie down behind so that in case they kick it on the floor, at least the person will defend them, that kind of a thing. And that now waiting we don't watch, you know, see for Europe, you know, in two occasions. So we thought, okay, well, let's put it into play. You know, but unfortunately, the man decided to still change his mind and do what he do. So, but I take the blame for everything because it is what it is. They're not going to look at every other thing where you don't do it. They're not look at, okay, look, they had chances before, one-on-one chances in the first half that I made a save of. All those one will count again. Like there's a saying that said that no matter how many chances the goalkeeper saves, That's one that beat him through under his yash. Now that one, everybody could talk forever.
True,
you know.
true.
So, but again, it's a team game. I can't blame Ndidi. Was it Ndidi or Etebo that actually fouled the man there?
Yeah.
So I can't blame him. Yeah, he was just trying to stop the ball and that kind of a thing. So I can't really blame him for such situation. It's a team game. So if they're not ready to take, if nobody ready to take any of the blame, Nami they score. Nami be the last man of the fence. So I take the blame. And it's over now.
Anyway, look, it's not the first time. I mean, if you remember, during the early days, Vincent for like almost how many years? Almost half of in career with Super Eagles, he took a lot of hit like that every time, every single time. But yes, he didn't answer the question about him with your mentor. But somebody, I have quickly your view training with Vincent. What was it like training with them? So yes, and then name of your mentor. So what was it like training with Vincent?
Training with Vincent actually taught me a lot. Forget this thing when we say Nigerian league, it's a good league, but there is still a lot that needed to be done about our league, to help us, because to be honest with you, I think I was one of those fortunate goalkeeper who was, happens to be in the national team in the camp that period. Because to be honest with you, there was a lot technically that we are not good at.
Yeah.
So my period with Vincent and Coach Ikeshirumu, I was actually learning a lot from them, that period, because I understand that it's different techniques we're using back home then, and these men, they having different techniques here. And, when you watch the European League, because that is our, idol when it comes to soccer, this is what is obtainable. This is what you should do. So that actually gave me a lot of experience to know that, look, there's a lot of work to be done. The fact that you have opportunity to be in the national team at this period, but there's a lot to work on, and learn from this person. And Vincent is so humble to actually, I think, what's his name? Ejide, sometimes I have some little time to be with Ejide then, so I was so fortunate to be around these people to actually learn from them. Then when I crossed over out of the country, thank God I had to go through the experience while I was in Chipa. There was a lot that I later got to learn, then I realized that, look, there was a lot I didn't really know about, goalkeeping techniques and all that until I travel abroad, so that changed everything, that changed everything. And my mentor, you asked, Reverend Chris Oyakino, DSC DD.
Oh, okay, I see. So somebody is coming after Vincent. The national team is very hard. It's a very hard act to follow. Do you think that maybe that is why you get some of the criticism that you get following coming after Vincent?
Well, the truth of the matter is, Vincent did very well with the national team, but it took him time for him to get to that level. Yeah. He went through the rough road and through the muddy water, through the backlash and a lot of things. Even somebody was sharing experience with me. Not even Vincent now. Somebody was telling me how they were even throwing stones on Vincent during one game for National Stadium, Lagos. They even had to whisk Vincent away from the place and all that. But after some years, he became an hero. But a hero rather, sorry. But the thing is that Nigeria sometimes they are not patient with their own. Because of, like I said earlier on, because of a lot of interest. Instead of them to actually say, okay, look, in this department, this person needs time. It can be one game, it can be two games, it can be just 3 games and stuff like that. Because I remember Vincent went through a lot, before he stabilized and all that, before his confidence coming and stuff. So a lot of them were expecting, okay, you should just fall into Vincent's shoe immediately, start doing things. Look, let's not deceive ourselves. Even whoever they don't try to promote for that position, when you do mistake or something, they go another set of people go lash out You know, that kind of thing. So
it happened to Francis now. That's that game against the Seychelles.
So nobody, they'll say, call Alan Paso, come. Call this person, come. It doesn't really make sense because, like I said, I was using the Algerian goalkeeper as an example. That if that boy were to be in Nigeria, if I don't stone a long time again, if I don't come up for, if I'm not even the keeper of the country again. But you see, with time, people that understood football actually, allow him to grow. So the more they think, okay, look, just come in and start performing magic like Vincent. It's not. Nigeria is a big country, and football is one thing that everybody loves. So whether you know the game, you don't know the game, or you just want to put your own input anyhow you see, So, but then I have to understand, and I must say this, by God's grace, because if not for grace, I shall say maybe by now I'm not even the team again. Long time, don't even forget me long time, because I remember I must say this. I remember when Suarez called me against Argentina.
Oh yeah.
That cheapish goal again when he's called me. Even when we get to the hotel, I overheard my one of my teammates in the other room. They were sitting outside. I overheard him was telling somebody on phone or something. We're not even sure they're going to invite him again for national team and stuff like that. Say consider kind of goal, And
your teammates,
my own teammates, just next door, they were outside talking. I'm like, oh no, I never think they're going to invite. They're not going to invite him again. And this is a professional footballer who plays in Europe, that kind of thing. So I thought, okay, well, it's fine. So if not for grace, I should say maybe I will not be part of the team today again. But somehow, yeah, I am, and we are still pushing. Who knows?
Yeah, and you got. I mean, Gennaro Rowe. No matter what anybody says, Gennaro Rowe still trusted you. What did he tell you?
To me, I think it's somebody that's actually, I don't know, whatever Nigeria or whoever has against him or something. I'm only speaking from my own perspective, because it's somebody that I've come to understand that this person thinks football like a European. He doesn't think like an African, no matter what. Because if he thinks like an African, with the pressure that's been given to him to change me or not to invite me again or something, of which I know the pressure are coming on him every now and then, if I don't stop to invite me, that kind of thing. But I think he understood the dynamics of football. So to an extent, he tried to hold his ground. To say, no, you know what, I can be pushed. I can be pushed to an extent, but I can be pushed, just like that. I know what I want and stuff like that. So he has, in a couple of times, told me to be strong. He understood what is happening. But as long as I'm having a game time with my team, he believes that I will improve and I will do well. And for now, he's not seeing anybody that he said he can invite or something. Because sometimes you find out that some of the names that I've been mentioning, and we forget these days that football has gone digital. So if you mention somebody's name, now just 1-2 minutes, they don't Google, check the person's website, check the club and all that, know whether the person they play or the person they do or stuff like that. So you don't come around and fool around and say one person somewhere and write plenty of stories, that kind of thing. So a couple of times he has called me to speak to me and encourage me. I'll go back again to this incident because a lot of people got it wrong when it happened twice now. The third place in the Nations Cup, the Argentina friendly game. Because during the Argentina friendly game, he told me, even a day before the game, you know what, there's this new boy we're inviting to the team, Francis Uzo. You're going to play first half of that game, and we'll bring Francis in second half of the game. Yeah. Let's see what he will do. But a lot of people turn out to be, oh no, because Suarez called me that goal. That's why you not bring me call me second half again, stuff like that. So it was funny, Then in the Nations Cup, when he came to me and said, you know what, when we actually lost to Algeria, he said, before then, you can ask any of the players. He said that he will try as much as possible to give the three goalkeepers chances to play, and to give everybody chances in the game to play. And okay, look, he can't deny the fact that Uzo has been playing. He did well in the World Cup, and before I I came up to pick up the position to play. So it was also like to give us a chance, but it's waiting for that chance to happen. Then when unfortunately the third place came, like, you know what, Daniel, you've done well. Whatever is going to happen, let's happen. But I want to make sure I give everybody time to play. Let's all go and play. The story turned up again to be okay because Mario scoring. That's why they didn't play in the third place. But it's crazy. But he has actually been someone who has been advising me, you know, in and out football.
Funny bones in the halo. Then we have Jalil. I see you.
I hail him back, man.
Somebody says Daniel is being linked with a club in Belgium. What is going on there?
We could leave that story till I get to Belgium.
Yeah, but it's true. I mean, it's good to have a coach that trusts you, and it's not just. I mean, yeah, I know because I remember in the Nations Cup, the coach told me that he wants to try and make sure that everybody, you know, will play throughout the tournament. So yeah, that's that works. So somebody says, do you still keep tabs with the MPFL? If yes, do you think the league has improved from where you were there?
Honestly, the last time I really followed King was when Super Sports was still in charge of the league. Yeah, that's the truth. Because then I look forward to, I want to watch the game, I want to see how things go. But now I really don't follow up like before again. And I only get story from some of my own boys, you know, who tell me how the league goes. But I'm not surprised with what they were telling me. Because it was more like, look, it's the same thing that was happening while I was there, if not even worse. But there was a time the league would look like, oh no, it's getting better now. When they were playing 9 games, stadium is being packed out, Enugu Rangers game and Pillars game. But suddenly, I don't know what happened again. The thing just went down the slope again. So I really don't know what's happening, but I just silently they look from afar.
Okay, so what do you do before a game to get ready? Is it different what you do in your club to get ready? Is it different what you do with the national team to get ready? What kind of how do you sort of like put on your game face, so to speak, to prepare for a match?
First of all, I try to, particularly the day of the game, I try to picture all the beautiful things that I want to happen in the game. You know, but most times you don't really get it that way. But, you know, it's always good for you to actually put off that positive vibe, you know, and imagine all the beautiful things because, you know, sometimes what you think that you attract, you know, so you don't usually get everything the way you want it. So I try to make sure when I sleep, I try to think of that aspect of the game, the beautiful part of the game. Then shortly afterwards, I try to get out of the game completely. I don't want to think of football now or something. I just want to get out of the game. Let something else distract, but not something negative. Either you're thinking of a motivational, you know, note or something, you know, just to cheer you up for the game. You just talk to yourself. That's all. And another vital part is I pray. I pray mostly. This is the period that I pray mostly, and you know, I just take a stand. Like, look, everything just has to go well. So that's to say. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's not easy, eh? And within that group, you know, I mean, you've talked about how close you and Itu are in the national team now. What relationship like, you know, between the goalkeepers? How do you guys, you know, come together?
Oh, well, the truth of the matter is, we kind of in the department there, we try to make jokes out of everything. We're not really this serious, like looking forward to, no, I want to be the number one, I want to picture. I don't know of any other person, I'm just telling you about me. But the expression that I've gotten so far, this is it. That no, we are friends, we are also colleagues, and you know, we can be clown at the same time. You know, these are just some of the things that we put in, not to make it looked like we are struggling to, everybody's fighting to get one position. So, but I can't really say 100% if there's healthy competition, but the thing is that we can be very jovial with each other there. I've known everyone for a very long time. I've played with him for a very long time. He teased me a lot of times, I tease him too. Francis came on board. Fortunately, he's that kind of person as well, so we just make fun around. We don't try to, we leave the coach to decide who you want to play or something like that. We're not carrying for it to say, okay, look, I'm going to go play tomorrow, but at all costs or something like that. That's just what it is. That's the relationship we have around there.
Guess who just joined us now? Say it's a lie.
I know. I respect that, bro. Seriously, I respect that. Funny enough, I just saw one picture now from somebody's page on Instagram. No, that was yesterday. Of when we did for UK in London, actually. Don't forget the friendly game one play when me and Koshike they warm them up. I come to beg the bros. I beg, send me the picture. Although send me the pictures, though, because I'm like, oh, bro, this is me, man.
That's good. Sometimes you don't call out for advice. Sometimes maybe you just need to hear something, or you just need to get some. How would I put it? You just need to get some advice. You don't call them up. You say, okay, look, bros, how far?
To be honest with you, once in a while, I think the last time we actually talked verbally was in Uyo.
When he came to camp, Abi?
Yeah, when he came to camp, that was when we talked. So the other talk is once in a while we talk on Instagram, especially on our comment section, probably just compliment something and all that. But to be honest, we never really, talk really verbally, for after that. But I know with Koshike sometimes we communicate.
Okay. That's good. It's not easy because playing this game, walk. Sometimes it's hard to keep in touch until when you see somebody, the Hades will come start that time. Not easy, not small thing. So just tell me, you said something about the difference between when you were here and then when you went out and then when you Vincent says keep shining.
Thanks, boss.
So proud of you. I tell you now.
Thanks, boss.
So
I read something about her. Not me read them, my wife read them. Saying they come South Africa. They open to South Africa.
Not be true. In fact, okay. No, be true. But see what happened because me I talk about on this morning self. This afternoon. So actually, in July, just like this time, so with somebody. So the person asks and say, okay, if something come for South Africa, whether I go, the guy say, well, if the offer they good and the family like them, and the family they okay with them, then yes, why not? So the next thing.
As usual.
Say Pastor Dan, hello.
Greet especially, boss.
So I don't read your comment now. Make sure you kill me. So my question: what's the difference between how you train, in the MPFL and how you train with the national team, and then how you train with a foreign club?
To be honest, there's a lot of difference. I must say this, and I know a lot of people will not like this. I'm not saying that the people that will not like this are people probably that happen to benefit from it. But a true professional will understand what I'm trying to say, because you see, back home. And I'm saying the game back home. I think something that something that we are lacking is not putting people in place who actually have a true experience, of this thing, being a soccer player, being a coach or something. Because And again, that not discrediting the fact that you have people who doesn't really experience playing on the field or something, who actually, go to read and read very well to be able to teach you the game.
Yeah.
But then again, when people get job through influence and stuff like that, but doesn't really have a clue, so whatever it is, they will give to you, and it is left for you, who is the primary actor, to make sure you look for a means, to actually stabilize yourself if you really want to achieve. I'm saying this out of experience because sometimes you work with some people and they don't give you what is modern. You don't get what is modern. And this is what actually been happening, and they don't see it as an opportunity. Okay, they don't see the position where they are as an opportunity for them to actually go and learn more. Go do research and learn more. That's one of the challenges that we actually been facing. And that's where we struggled for a long time. 2011, when I first of all got a call, to play for Super Sports.
Yeah.
First of all, got an invitation to play for Super Sport. But to be honest with you, if I had gotten that deal then, maybe it would have taken me under 3 years or 2 years for me to stabilize, to start playing. But people will not understand. The reason being that when I look back now, I realize that I was really not that much experienced technically for me to play at that level. I'm just being honest with myself. Because
based on what you learned in the MPF.
Based on what I know in the MPF, even though I was very good at the MPF, or even though I was, one of the goalkeepers in the MPFL then. But I know that when I came to South Africa, looking back at then, if I'd had that job then, that contract then, maybe that's taken me a lot of time for me to actually get used to the system, the proper technical system, and move on. So I think that is one area, if a job is
rub your head small.
You don't consider the mom office, so the mom is trying to take things from her. So I'm sorry I'm saying this because I know at the end of the day I'm gonna get really lashed up for this that I'm saying, but
it's true. I mean, it's a fact.
So but when this thing comes and that's why sometimes it gets so funny to me when somebody say, no, let's invite this person, let's invite that person, let's do this and let's do that. Like, well, there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody needs encouragement. The national team not be one person inside the house. Anybody that they find that is good enough should come. But we also need to understand that he's highly demanding, playing in the national team. It's not somebody you just want to come and try your luck or that kind of thing. So that's one thing with the NPFL. Without taking anything away from our coaches who actually coached me during my goalkeeper's coach, during the NPFL season. But there's still a lot, to be done. Because right here in the Absa Premier League, all the goalkeepers coach, they actually go for training. They go for, they go for study. And most of them have their licenses. Some of them are licensed coaches who can even coach as a player, as a team coach, not just even a goalkeeper's coach. That's to tell you the level, the goalkeepers coaches are here. Because when I was with Chipa, I had about 4 goalkeepers coach. It's with the same level and the same experience. I must be honest with you. Sometimes I even have to learn from some of the younger goalkeepers. I have to learn techniques from some of the younger goalkeepers here. Because they actually grow from the academy.
Yeah.
These things were taught them from the academy.
And you didn't have that opportunity.
I didn't have that opportunity back home because we don't have a structured academy back home. So they grew up from the academy. So I have to sometimes, even though they respect me, they see me as a senior goalkeeper, I just have to be humble and learn. That's just what it is. Even though without them knowing, I have to just learn, pick up from them. During our training sections, I know, look, there's something I'm not doing right. There's this position I'm not positioning right. But these things, back home, all you know is to save the ball. Just save anyhow. If you hit your head, you hit your leg, just save the ball. That's all you know.
Yeah.
That's all you're taught. Technically, you're not being trained. So that's one advantage they have here and back home. And so far in national team, I think Coach Aloy has been doing so amazingly well. He's been doing amazingly well. Sometimes we argue, sometimes but then he's giving us the best that he can from his experience as well. So so far it's been good, and we're working with it.
Yep. And it must have been a real big step up for you, to go from Chipa to Amakosi.
Yeah, I think being in Chipa is a preparatory ground for me to actually, even though I decide I want to be in, not because it's the bigger team, but in a more structured team, but being in Chipa was a tutorial ground for me. To step up. And when the opportunity came, it wasn't easy for me in the first few months because now I'm not, I don't know if I should say this, I'm not an acrobatic goalkeeper or something. And
sometimes about, you think about, I know you know about goalkeeping, but you think about goalkeeping sometimes your footwork is better than your acrobatic.
Simple, you see, because there are some, I would just say this, there are some save you make while standing up, and some other goalkeeper would try to dive and go and and that is what the fans out there understand, that no, it's better than this goalkeeper who just stood there and catch the ball than the one that is diving. So so things are a bit complicated for those that doesn't understand. I remember one of my coach said, one time in South Africa here, you might not just live here. You might not get save of the week. Because what other goalkeepers go to dive for, you can just take a step and get the ball, and it doesn't look like a save. It looks so easy, So I've actually faced that challenge, at first. But thank God that I have a goalkeepers coach who is a licensed coach, Lee Baxter, who sometimes, who knows these things too well. I must tell you, he knows these things too well. Then he smiles when he sees some comment, and he just smiles. And these are my confidence, because when someone that I know fully well doesn't really know much, he doesn't even know 10% of what the people I'm working with knows. So when you make comments, that I don't really bother about it. Because I can tell you all my time in the national team, from the Nations Cup and stuff like that, I communicate with my coaches back, and they tell me, no, okay, look, this is fine. So when others are saying something, these are the people that I listen to. I understand when they tell me that you did wrong here, I know, okay, yeah, it's fine, it's wrong. I don't listen to somebody that's interested in just want to,
Yeah, that's it can't be easy at all. Dealing with, like West Ham said, we have 120 million coaches in Nigeria.
That's what it is.
That's not easy. How disappointed were you? I know you have to go soon. You have to go soon, Abi, because your program starts in 5 minutes, Abi.
In 5 minutes, yeah.
Okay. In that case, let me just not take you. I was going to say,
I can give you 10 minutes because just start. I can just join.
Okay. Oh, okay. No. What was I even saying? So I've now lost my I've lost my train of thought just for a moment there. Let me see if I can take one question before so that I can remember where I was. Okay, so Big Daft says anything in the pipeline to improve the training methods and systems in Nigeria? Well, that shouldn't be a question for you, to be honest.
Oh yeah, but I think I don't want to dabble into it, but I think they should just create a structure where you have somebody that is. It doesn't. Our problem sometimes is no, he's black. No, he's not coming from my region. No, he's not coming from this region or something. Or he's not coming from my local government or something. Get the people that knows the job. Let them train people.
Patrick Costa, they wave you.
Chairman.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
just get people that knows the job that can help. Honestly, no, I don't want to go into that.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean that's for people who are on top there to take responsibility for it. Now, this Super Eagles team is a very young team, but you have some of you who are old and who have been there for a long time. How do you guide those young ones? Look at people like Osimhen, Chukwueze. How do you guide them so that they can learn, get more experience, and then be more useful to the team?
Well, the good thing is that they play in a very big club where things are well structured. So they don't really need to. I think that says that 90% of the job has been done. The only thing that is left is to make sure that they don't get carried away. They are focused and they want to challenge. Because the more you think that the national team is your house, the coach is your father, he can call you anytime, then when you get to the camp, you can do whatever that you want to do. That begins the downfall of it. Because that coach is not going to be there forever. Even though your fans start crying out, we need this person, we need that person. When the other coach comes, it might be a different case. That's why you find out that a lot of us that started together in the national team, not everyone is there today. Probably it's just one or two of us that are still there in the national team. So there's really nothing you want to advise these people, just to say, look, we know you have the money, we know you play in the bigger club or something, but it is up to you, because this career, in 1 minute like this, it can just go off you. You might think you're on top of the career, you might think you're on top of the world. 1 minute like your name might just fade away, just like the sun, going down. So in most cases, they already know what is obtainable of them.
Yeah.
So the only thing is, I'm sure sometimes they look at your humility and they think, okay, look, it's a good, trademark, to buy into. And I think I'll give Osimhen credit for that, because he wants to do the job. He wants to do the job with all his heart. And Chukwueze as well, even though we are not this very tight, but I know he's somebody that also wants to do the job.
Okay. You have this, players who come in like Joe Aribo, for instance, who don't, they have never been to Nigeria before. When they come in, how do you guys help them integrate into the team?
I will say something about Joe Aribo. I had an encounter with him. I picked it up, kind of, it was a bit sensible to me. Because I don't know, we used to hear a lot of stories when you come to the national team, you need to be careful, you need to, a lot of things, negative things you do here,
There's somebody who put for your food or just knock you something.
Exactly, I had an encounter with him that then I quickly sense it. Then I'm like, you know what, I understand, but then again, let us be free, because if we begin to think of the negative things that we've heard, it might begin to put fear into you and you won't get to your best. At the end of the day, you want to blame your performance on something or something else, that kind of a thing, So, but then, because we are Nigerians, these are not the crop of players now that I used to hear that you have some calibers on this side, you use some cabals on this side and stuff like that. But it's not like that, with this crop of team. The only difference is those that are based in UK that are used to each other sometimes want to, discuss with each other most times. But then, Nigerians being Nigerians, we always want to crack jokes. So when someone pull up the joke, everybody wants to gather around and be part of it. So that has been the way we've been carrying each other in the team.
So now, Johnny Gallo. Okay, we only have like 30 seconds left, so I was going to ask you whether you should take the China deal for 400k or stay with Man United, but we have like 10 seconds left. So in 5 seconds, what would you tell Nigerians, about yourself, what they should do when they see you in goal?
Well, what I would tell Nigeria is all I need is support from them. The truth of the matter is the Messiah will not come from